Hi everybody, welcome once again to the CVB show. I'm Stevie B, and I have a very special guest with me tonight, Mr. Frankie Imbergamo.
Hey,
how you doing, Frankie?
Not too bad, Steve. How's everything, all right?
Everything's going fine. I got to tell an interesting story before we continue. I had you on my show back in 2012.
Right.
And we taped the show,
Yeah.
and it was shown a couple of times, and then the studio closed up, and the show ended up getting lost pretty much. We never could get the show back. So, after 5 years later, I wanted to have you back on the show.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Because you've been a big good friend of mine for so long. So,
Thank you very much for having me.
And so, we're gonna do the show again. So now, Frankie, you have an interesting story. You used to work as a mailman, right?
Yeah, I was a supervisor in the Postal Service. I started off as a craft employee, clerk, carrier. And after about 8 years, I went into, I was a union rep for about 4 years. Then I went into management after about my first 10 years of Postal Service. And after the 10 years, I went to management and I became a supervisor. And I was a manager, I was a supervisor at the CF at the forwarding unit where they forward the mail.
Yeah.
In the South Post Atlantics, GMF Boston. And then I went to Harvard Square as a manager. And in Central Square, and then I went to Belmont and a few other places. And I did my last 7 years in the Malden Post Office.
Oh, wow.
As a supervisor. Then I retired.
Now you retired. Now, how did you get? You have an interesting story of how you got into the show business.
Yeah.
You what is you have a friend named Emerald Lagasse?
Emerald Lagasse, Emerald Live. Yeah. What happened was back in 2004, I submitted a recipe, my meatballs and gravy.
Yeah.
We call it gravy. Some people call it
I call it sauce myself.
Yeah,
my family is sauce.
We talked about that before. That could be a whole show.
Yeah, that could be a whole show. It's gravy. It's sauce. No, gravy.
So anyway, make a long story short, I submitted a recipe to he was having a Emerald's Italian contest.
Yeah.
So there was 1,500 contestants. So I sent
1,500 contestants.
Yeah. So I sent my recipe in out of my cookbook. As you know, I wrote a cookbook.
Yeah, I got your cookbook.
Yeah. So I sent that in, and then I was in work at the time at the post office. I got a call from one of the producers. They said, "Gee, we got your recipe and everything for the contest, and you're in the top 100."
Wow.
So I didn't think nothing of it. A week later, the guy called me again. He said, "You're in the top 25, and we'll get back to you." The third call came in. I was the top winner.
You were the top. Oh,
I was the top winner. So they said, "We're going to come to Boston," and so they came. They met me in the North End in the Abruzzi meat market, where I was buying the ingredients to make the meatballs.
Yeah.
The fresh hamburger and all that. And so after that, we did that with some walking and talking through the North End, and then we went back to my house in Medford, and I made it live in front of the whole crew was there.
Wow.
The Food Network crew. And we stayed about 8 hours there. So we're having meatballs and some pasta and whole wine and stuff like that. So we had a good time. A week after that, they flew me and my wife over to the Food Network studio, New York City, and I was on the Emerald Live show with Emerald Lagasse.
Oh, wow.
And what he did is he picked 4 winners, and he recreates the whole 4 recipes. And then he called me up to the stove. He says, "Want to smell the sauce? Come on up. How am I doing?" And then after that happened, after that show, I got calls from Boston Casting, and they said, "We're doing a movie and doing some movies in Boston. We'd like you to come up for an audition. We think you'd be a good fit for this movie."
Yeah.
It's with Danny Aiello. It was called Stiffs.
We did that. I think that's when I met you. I think Stiff.
Exactly. That's where I met you and your father.
My father.
Yeah.
They use my father more than they use me. He's got the Italian features,
Yeah, right.
And I don't. But
He's a nice guy, your father.
Yeah.
Nice man. So after that happened, the first movie was Stiffs, then the second movie was The Game Plan, then Pink Panther 2, Mulk, all those. And after about the 6th or 7th movie, I started getting waivers, and I joined SAG, and now up to 2018, I've been in 52 movies.
52?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's including some independent films and a few other, mostly big major films,
I believe it.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to take a look at the footage of you on the Emerald Lagasse show.
Yeah.
So, see Frankie with, bam! So, okay, let's take a look at that.
Hi, Emerald. I'm Frankie Imbergamo from Boston's North End, and I'm going to show you how to make Frankie's Gravy. One of my fondest memories was when my mother was frying the meatballs on Sunday mornings. The aroma from the meat that we buy here at Frank's. Morning, Frank. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Why, I got to make a gravy today. I just need 2 pounds of hamburger, all beef. The Italians that live in the South Shore call it sauce.
Now you're ready for the sauce.
Most of the Italian people that lived in Boston, North End, would call it gravy. I don't know how that happened, but that's the way it is.
So we got Frank Imbergamo, his lovely wife. Welcome.
Thank you,
Good
Mom.
to have you.
Thank you. It's a
Welcome.
pleasure. It's a pleasure being here.
So I'm going to try to make Frankie's Gravy now. And I've got the ground meat. So every Sunday you make this?
Every Sunday.
Good. Every Sunday I'll start coming over.
You're welcome. Anytime.
All right. Now what we're going to do, folks, is we're going to mix all these ingredients together. And then you got to have a lot of sauce and a lot of gravy. And you got to have a lot of cheese to go on top, right? Frank, great job. Super job. Hey, folks, we're going to dish this up to the audience here. When we come back, you'll meet the next winner. Stick around. Bye, kids.
Oh yeah, but yeah, that was amazing though. I mean, I've always liked Emeril Lagasse. I mean, sometimes I watch Giada.
Yeah, she's very good.
I
like her too. She's very
good. Now, you said you've been in 52 movies. Have you met many famous?
Oh, I've met
people?
a lot of. I met Adam Sandler, the whole group of Grown Ups. I stayed with them for a while, for 3 or 4 days, working in Grown Ups 1, and then I met Adam Sandler. Then I met Melissa McCarthy, Sandra Bullock, all the people like that. All the big movies. I've been fortunate. I've got some good scenes with them. You know.
Yeah.
Like The Proposal, R.I.P.D. I was with.
I did R.I.P.D.
Yeah.
At Fenway Park. I remember that.
Yeah, I was in they called the bullpen that time. I was a police officer, 1970s police officer, and we had they had by decades of how many police officers they had in each decade.
Yeah.
It was. And I was with Jeff Bridges and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
And
I love Jeff Bridges.
They give me a whole month. I worked there for a whole month.
Yeah.
So
I remember one story. I mean, Jeff Bridges. I mean, he always went during the set. During breaks in the set, he would always go up to the young ladies and say, "How you doing, girls? How you doing?
Yeah.
I'm Jeff Bridges." He was a funny guy, but
yeah, nice guy.
But
yes, I met a lot of Danny Aiello stiffs. I met The Rock.
yeah, I met.
I met Kevin Hart recently. We did Central Intelligence up in Somerville at Tavern on the Hill, that restaurant, that bar.
Yeah.
So I met him in there, and then I just recently met Will Ferrell and a couple other ones in Daddy's Home too.
Yeah.
I think it was Well, Will Ferrell, Mark Wahlberg was there. I was talking to him for a while.
I have an interesting story about Will Ferrell. When we did Daddy's Home 2 at Logan Airport, I was in this. There was an extra there. His name was Billy. He had Down syndrome, and Will Ferrell came up to him between takes. Had his picture taken with him.
Nice.
Will Ferrell is a nice guy.
Nice guy,
really,
very good guy.
Very guy. Listen, we're going to take a look at your demo. We're going to look at some of the things you've been in,
All right.
and then we'll talk more with you. Okay?
Sure, I appreciate
take a look at. Let's take a look.
Jesus Christ, Lou. This guy comes in here every friggin' day and gets into my meatballs. How come he never pays? Who is he?
It's a new kind of Yankees-Red Sox rivalry.
Oh, yeah? Yeah!
Yankees-Red Sox scratch games from the Connecticut Lottery.
Hey, Frankie. I ordered the chicken parm with extra cheese.
Annie, today's your lucky day, because I've got a deal for you. How about if I give you this sandwich filled with oven from the oven, and you agree to go out with me?
How about this, Frankie? I'll agree to pay you double for the sandwich, and you'll agree to leave me the frig alone!
Mr. Tromboni, where are you on family values?
He's for him.
Thank you very much.
Man, you've been in a lot of things, Frankie. That's amazing. So,
Yeah.
did you? Now, if you, who would have thought that you were a mailman at one time, and now you're a big movie star? In fact, look at this. He's even on the cover of this magazine right here. Imagine magazine. Let's see. Let's see. You appeared in Patriots Day, Manchester by the Sea, Ghostbusters. There's so many. I mean, I've been in 17 movies myself, but
That's
you 52. I mean, wow.
Well, that's a lot. Well, what happens is sometimes they start calling you, and you might do like 10 movies in a year.
Yeah.
You know, like one year I did 13 movies, I think.
I find that Boston right now is like because of the tax breaks.
Yeah.
A lot of production companies come here, but it's been on a lull right now because because lately. But okay, we did Stiffs. I remember that.
Yep.
And Danny Aiello was a nice guy.
Yeah, Danny was a very nice guy.
I said I went up to him and I said, Danny, I'm a big fan. My favorite movie with you is 29th Street.
Oh, I love that. So that's
That's one of my favorite movies.
That's one of my favorites. Me and my brother.
If you guys ever see a Danny Aiello movie, rent 29th Street.
Excellent movie.
Maybe it's on Netflix. I don't know.
Anthony Apollo, he was good too. He played a good part.
Okay. Now, you recently were in a movie that you actually starred in. What's it called? DJ
Stand the Man, and I played a photographer, one of the lead roles. And the story is written by Matt Fisher. He directed it and wrote it. Did a great job on the story. The story goes about this DJ. He's a washed-up DJ.
Are you the DJ?
No, I'm not the DJ. I'm the photographer. I'm the photographer that works with the DJ. Mm-hmm. And it's about the wedding business, and it's about a washed-up DJ. He's like 30 years ago he was a rock star DJ.
Yeah.
And now he gets small gigs and small money, small weddings, but in his mind he still thinks he's like the best, and he's very bitter, and he starts trouble with people. Even like people like the mother and father of weddings. He fights with his staff like myself, and it's a good story behind it, and it's a good movie. We had the premiere about a year and a half ago in the Arlington region. Oh, the region. We had a sold out. We had about 400 people, 500 people. 400? Wow. Yeah. And then we had an after party at Bocelli's in Medford. Oh. We had a couple hundred people. They were downstairs in the back there. And we spent, they took care of us. It was a good after party. And then recently, after that, we had a screening in Belmont. That was about 6, maybe 8 months ago. And then now last week, 2 weeks ago, we had it at the Capitol Theater, the screening.
Oh, wow.
It was a smaller theater because for people who didn't see it, so he wanted to get a smaller venue, or smaller. There was only about 100 seats, but it was good. It was like half of it. It was good. It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun?
Yeah.
So who else stars in the movie?
Chase Carson plays the DJ. He's a real DJ. He's on WMFO, Tufts University. Yeah. He's got his own show on Friday nights at 10 o'clock. It's called The Time Tunnel. So he's a real DJ. And but anyway, who else is in it? There's Eddie Nason. There's Tyler Rappel. Alex Hawk.
I know Alex. I know Alex. We did Arsenic and Old Lace back with the Mystic Players. It was one of the last shows we did with the Mystic Players back in 2006. Yeah. Alex is a good guy.
You might know Heidi Rhodes is in it too. She was in the movie Con. She was with Bob DeCicco for the guys. Yeah. Well, she's been around. She lives in California now, but she did a good job. Yeah. So we had a lot of fun doing that. We had he's gonna put it out in festivals, and he does other movies. He's been doing some other movies too. Matt Fisher, you know him?
No, that one's in.
Yeah. So we might be doing another movie pretty soon.
Oh, are they holding auditions or anything?
Well, I don't know what he's doing yet. He said he's going to get back to me and see, but he's definitely going to do some movies.
Oh,
but he didn't hold any audition. I'll let you know if you're interested.
Oh, definitely. Okay. Listen, we're going to show a clip from DJ Stan the Man.
Okay.
And we're going to take a look at it and enjoy. DJ Stan the Man.
You don't have to hit me.
And you don't have to be but you are constantly.
I'm just telling you. You didn't have to hit me. You f***ed my face.
It's just a black eye.
I looked in the mirror. You f***ed my face. People are gonna notice.
Tell them you walked into something.
Who am I, Tina Turner?
Tina Turner?
Rihanna, is that better?
Oh, yeah, that's good.
There's nothing funny about abuse. I can have you arrested, you know.
It's just a black eye.
Yeah, Calvin, it's just a black eye. I mean, come on, look at Stan. He's got 2 of them.
There you go. If anybody says anything, just say, hey, you should see the other guy.
That's not f***ing funny. I need my eyes, both of them, to take pictures.
You don't need both your eyes. You close one when you look through the hole. Close the black one.
You think it's that easy?
Yes, I do. Stop being a pussy.
You're an asshole.
That seems to be the theme of the night.
Oh wow. Well, is the movie? How long is the movie going to be before it comes to DVD or anything?
What's going to be? He said the end of April. He's doing a box set because last year he got like the 5 main characters, and we did a documentary on how DJ became, how the people got together, and so he did a little documentary. Everybody did 30 minutes each segment, you know.
Yeah.
So he put it together, made a documentary, and now he's going to have a box set with the DJ movie and the documentary. So it'll be on. It'll probably be on iTunes or be on Amazon. It'll be coming out, I think, at the end of April.
Wow.
I'll let you know. I'll put it on Facebook. You'll see it.
Oh, definitely. I'll definitely want to see that.
Yeah.
I want to see the movie now.
I'll get you a copy anyway. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Now, do you have any, like, since you've been in so many movies, is there, like, any good stories you can tell about, you know, certain actors or certain things that have happened or directors, or is that confidential?
Oh, no, I could say, American Hustle, I played.
I did American Hustle.
I was the waiter.
I saw you. I saw you in that.
I served the food to Jennifer Lawrence and Christian Bale. And the funny thing, like in that particular movie, we had a lot of fun. It was done in Worcester in a restaurant, and so I had a lot of fun doing that. I met David O. Russell. I actually made some eggplant parm for them.
You made eggplant parmesan for David O. Russell?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I made 3 trays. You know, Angela Perry's a good friend of mine.
Angela.
So Angela asked me. So I did it. And they were very great, very nice people. And I had a lot of fun with them. We went to Angela's house and we had a good time. I could tell you I'll tell you a story I was in my car. I just got done with the Proposal movie.
That's the Sandra Bullock movie.
Sandra
right?
Bullock and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
This is at the time. What was her name? His wife that he married there.
Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson?
Scarlett Johansson, right? So Scarlett Johansson, I'm in my car, I'm in the car, and it's raining, I can't see, and she's knocking on the window, and she comes out, Scarlett Johansson. She goes, do you know where Ryan Reynolds is? I said, yeah, his trailer's right there, I'll show you. So I got out of the car, and it was raining, I had an umbrella, and we walked over to the trailer. She just flew in from California. She had like 2 dozen of roses. It was his birthday.
Yeah.
So she flew all the way from California, and she wanted to give him roses. So I sent it to the trailer.
But the roses weren't for you?
I wish they were. But that was a good story. I was shocked when I saw her. I said, Scarlett Johansson was knocking on the window.
Yeah.
And I said, gee, that's Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
But good thing I was in a private lot, like, you know, the movie, you know, was probably roped off. But then I just walked her over to the trailer, and then she said, oh, thank you very much. And that was it. But it was an interesting story that, you know, someone would do something like that, you know.
Any other story you want to say?
Melissa McCarthy, I talked to her. She's very nice. I had a long talk with her, and we talked about food. and she wanted some, and I gave her a list of
when
restaurants.
You're Italian, that's what you talk about, food. That's.
She goes. She knew I was from the North End originally, so I gave her some. I made a list of North End restaurants that she visited. You know, so she was nice. And Sandra Bullock. Most of them are very nice people. I haven't had, you know.
Was there like one star that was really, as you say, like a jerk or anything?
Well,
you don't want to say that, Sam.
No, it's okay. I really didn't find it much. You know, I know there's a few, but I don't. Nothing to me, like, you know.
Yeah. The first movie I did was Celtic Pride, which was 1994.
That's a long time ago. Yeah.
It was one of the last things done at the old Boston Garden.
Yeah, right.
And you know, I was, you know, and I remember these extras, the crowd, right? Damon Wayans was shooting. He was playing Lewis Scott, and they were looked at. He was shooting baskets, and the kid said, "We love you, Damon," and he turns around, and I love you too.
Well, I can tell you a funny story. We had
it's most of the time you're not supposed to talk to them because.
Well, they say that, but that's not true. Now, I'm glad you brought that up. They say, as long as you don't initiate the conversation with the actors.
Yeah.
If they, like Adam Sandler, I was walking and he called me over. He goes, "Come on," he said, "We're going to go upstairs and play basketball, the YMCA, in Grown Ups."
Yeah.
We have I was in 3 or 4 days. So one of the days we had a film at the YMCA in the South End. So on the break, there was Chris Rock, David Spade, and myself. We played basketball upstairs. So he called me over. No, I didn't ask him if I wanted to go play basketball with him, but we did on the break, you know. It was about an hour.
So Adam Sandler invited you to play basketball.
So I was on his team. It was me and Adam Sandler against Chris Rock and David Spade.
What about
Adam Sandler's a good shooter. He was making all the baskets.
Wow, I know.
Yeah.
And Kevin James was in that movie too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not. He's the one that wasn't. He's the guy that wasn't too popular.
No, really? Oh.
I don't know why. Just a lot of people didn't care for him, you know.
Yeah. Well, Frankie, what other projects are you working on now?
Well, Pizza Makers, we're going to be doing a. Right now, we had to go to hiatus.
I actually had your friend Chris Palermo.
Yeah.
The first show I did when we came back, Chris Palermo does that show. He showed a clip of Pizza Makers.
Oh, good.
It was funny. You were doing like this funny dance in this.
With
this meatball whatever. I was dying laughing.
Yeah, that was funny. That was a good one. That was the last episode we did, I think. Yeah. He's supposed to be doing a short film.
Yeah.
And then he wants to put it out in festivals. So I don't know if he's going to continue with we did 12 episodes. He may be doing more episodes, or he's going to make a decision on that pretty soon. He said he wants to get. He's on right now. He's on the radio every day, so he's busy with that right now.
Yeah. Now you mentioned your Screen Actor Guild, right?
Yeah, I'm with the Screen Actor.
Yes. Is it easier? Do production companies like film companies tend to hire more union than non-union? Do you find that, or?
Well, I think it's like a 50-50 thing. I don't think like they hire. It depends on the budget of the people who are running the movie, you know. Because if they can get non-union actors for sharp money, then that's what they do. But most of the big movies, 90% of the big movies, are Screen Actors Guild members.
Oh wow.
Well, I always tell people, if you get waivers, you should join SAG, because instead of making $100 a day for a movie, you could make $700 to $800 a day.
Now, they have residuals too, right?
And plus, like after 8 hours, you get over time and a half.
Wow.
And after 10, you get double time. And then after like 15 hours, it's called golden time. It's like $150 an hour or something like that.
Wow.
So I've gotten that twice. Once I got it in Ted, the movie we were at the aquarium.
Yeah.
And we did overnight, so we went to golden time. And then I got it again one time again in another movie. I think it was Ghostbusters. We did, and that was. We got
I don't care what anybody says. I love the female reboot of Ghostbusters. I actually.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
I thought it was good.
It was good.
Okay?
They did a good job.
It's not the original. I mean, nothing can beat the original. But Kristen Wiig, Melissa McCarthy, and I think Kate McKinnon stole the show.
She's so funny. I like her. She's good. I was talking to her. I met her. She's very nice.
Yeah.
So most of the big movies, we did Pizza Makers.
Yeah.
The DJ Stand the Man, and the big movies that like I said recently. I'm in two movies that didn't come out yet. One's called The Catcher Is a Spy with Paul Giamatti and Paul Rudd. That's coming out, I think, in May. April 6th, this weekend, or April 6th is Chappaquiddick is coming out.
You did that?
Yeah, I did that, yes. I played part of the Mary Jo Kopechne's family. They put us in a 1970s suits, and we're at the funeral scene.
Yeah.
And we played like, not a pallbearer, but we had to mingle in with the family and say, I'm sorry, you know, and things like that. It's going to be a good movie, I think. Yeah. Jason Clarke's a nice guy. I met him.
Jason who?
Jason Clarke. He plays Ted Kennedy.
Oh.
He's a good actor.
Yeah, I've definitely got to see that. I mean.
Yeah, he looks like him. I think when he was younger, you know.
Well, Frankie, I got to tell you, it is a pleasure to have you on.
I appreciate you having me. It was very nice of you. And,
that was nice. You know, we had fun. Like I said, I've known you.
We go back a long way.
We go back a long way, from Stiffs to the old station and all that stuff. And like I said, I wanted to have you back on.
Well, thank you very much.
I want to appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
And hope we'll see you in a future movie as well.
Yeah.
And that's all the time we have. So I want to thank my friend Frankie Imbergamo for coming, and hope to see you on the next episode of the Stevie B Show. Until then, so long.